Welcome back to my morning skin talk. And as I get ready for work, I'm Ayana Peterson, the Thrifting Diva. And on this channel, we're talking skincare, a luxe lifestyle on a budget to include skincare, DIY, fashion, home decor, all the things that make our life just a little bit luxe. But yet, we do not have to break the bank. And this morning, I'm talking about how ridiculous it is to pay a lot of money for a cleanser, um, and why we should probably save that money for other parts of the skincare routine if you really want to spend a little more extra dollars on your skincare routine. So I'm getting ready for work and I am doing my skincare routine right now. And that is, I always start off with cleanser. Not cleanser in this jar, but for aesthetic, I use the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. And even the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser, prices have been going a little higher on those. So if you're looking for that CeraVe, and why I love CeraVe though, is because of what they have in there. So for me, I have really dry skin. When I wash my face with CeraVe, I do not feel it like it's stripping or anything. And now for someone with really dry skin, anytime you put water in your face and you dry it, it feels like your skin is like attacking itself. However, for CeraVe cleansers, what they have in there is some ceramides and they have hyaluronic acid to kind of add back some moisture and hydration to the skin. So when you dry your skin, it really does not feel like you are stripping all the oils in it. Back in the day, we used to use those different cleansers where when you it felt sweet. However, it also felt for me rubbed raw my skin and any oils in there were gone and I needed something on my face immediately. In the winter months, I definitely feel that. And so for skin cleansers, I am absolutely, I'm very, very cautious of what I recommend to people and myself. So I have the CeraVe cleanser here. Another good cleanser, but I'm not like in love with it, is this the Inky List Old Cleansing Balm. And the reason I'm not in love with it is because it feels like it leaves a residue that I have to wash off after. And I'm not, if I'm cleansing once, why am I doing it? If I'm really not meaning to do a double cleanse, why is it doing that? So, but this is a good one. A lot of people really like this one. As you can tell, I use it, but I only because some people like that foaming action. That foaming action really does work. Hey, good morning, Sped. Thank you for joining. The foaming action really works for people with oily skin. And so this is a really good one. If you have oily skin, once again, it will not strip your skin of all the oils. And for those who have oily skin, I know sometimes you feel like you have to have it just, that oil needs to come off. This is a really, really good one. At the end of the day, cleansing needs to remove the dirt and debris and makeup. That's it. It doesn't need to do anything else. It's doing that without stripping the skin of its natural oils. Another good one that I do really, really like, and it's this that I picked up actually in Japan. And it's the De-Soothing series. It's a vitamin with cleansing foam. I do like this. I don't use it as often because, once again, I have really dry skin and I don't want to just put a lot of stuff on my skin that is going to strip the oils. But this one, the reason I really like it is it has vitamin E, niacinamide, and bakuchiol. Now, I would really have loved if this was in a stay-on treatment. Like bakuchiol is really good for hyperpigmentation and dark spots. If this was in a stay-on treatment, I would have been in love, right? Niacinamide, if you've heard me talk, is a powerhouse ingredient and it is amazing for most things that's happening to our skin. It's good for the skin barrier, it's good for redness. It's good for oiliness. Good morning. Thanks for joining. Oiliness. It's good for black. Niacinamide is great, but this cleansing foam from, as I said, from Japan, I really, really, really love this one. And so, as I'm saying in this discussion, if you're just joining, we're talking about there is really no reason to pay an arm and a leg for cleansers. Now, this cleanser in Japan, I paid $6 for this. And this thing is huge. I mean, it's a look at my hand here so you could get some reference. It is a huge, this will last me probably a year because it's so big. But I was at Target last night, and that's the reason why I came up with the thought for this video. I was at Target last night, just walking around in their skincare section. So my Target has an Ulta within it, which is really dope. I love that. If you've been joining me, you know that I'm doing my skincare routine before I go to work, and I've done the cleanser. And the next thing is this niacinamide brightening toner. If you've never seen this, because this thing, little witchcraft in this thing. This is one of my absolute favorite um, products out there that I use. And I have my 13-year-old using it now because one, it's gentle. It is not something that's going to, affect her skin. And because she's struggling right now with a little bit of breakout and the dark spots, she's been using this and it is amazing. Thank you, Maria. It is really, listen, I will always have a bottle on tap for that thing. It is just fantastic. But going back to my discussion about why skincare cleanses really should not cost a lot. And I got into like some back and forth in my Instagram stories, in my Facebook stories, because I posted it there about cleansers and like, why are people paying a lot? So I'm in Target just doing my thing, and I come across the Tula set. They have the Tula skincare line in there. And I'm just like, oh, okay, just looking at it. I have not used the Tula set before. I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't used it. And maybe I'll give it a try because it is what they call a cult favorite. Um, and I see that they have their cleanser, and the cleanser is $34. Now that just stopped me there. I was like, no, maybe I'm looking at the wrong pricing label here because ain't no way folks are paying $34 for a cleanser. Like, what do you think is in this cleanser? So I get to reading it because now I'm intrigued. Now I'm invested because now I need to know, like, am I wrong in, am I just being too cheap? And I'm in the back of the package. Am I gone? Oh, sorry, my internet is acting up today. But on the back of the package, it's 34, right, Maria? On the back of the package, I'm reading, and there's nothing in here in this thing that is like, oh my God, this is going to change your skincare regime forever. It's the basic water, it's your basic foaming action in there to get that sudsy. It's some hyaluronic acid is in there, which is good. Ceramides. There's nothing else in there. But I'm just like, are people paying $34 for a cleanser? Like, where are we at where someone is, and I think it's because a lot of us, including myself, because I used to do this, just don't understand the product ingredients and where they fit in the skincare. And we're just going off of basically you know, what's the new trend right now? Because this has to be a trend. It has to be a trend that you're paying $34. Now, let me break down cleansing for you so you understand like where you want to put your money and where your money is literally going down the drain. Cleansing is normally the first step, right? The first step, cleansing. You need to have a cleanser that is good for your skin type. And what I mean by that is that if you have dry skin, you may want something that's more hydrating, right? And more hydrating so that when you wash your face, you don't feel like you've lost all of the moisture and hydration in your skin. If you have oily skin, that foaming action, a skin foamer, will be helpful in kind of breaking down the oils on the skin so you can remove those oils. For a cleanser, We want to remove dirt, pollution, sunscreen, makeup. Those are the things that's normally on our skin, our face. So that's what your cleanser needs to do. Does it have those things that will break down oils if you have oily skin, or if you're taking off makeup, or and if you have dry, that it doesn't strip the skin of all the moisture, all the hydration in your skin. That's it. And here's the thing: you're going to put that on, and then you're going to take water and you're going to take it off. It's this, it doesn't stay on your skin. It's not a leave on cleanser, right? That's the whole point of cleansing. You remove it, you take it out, and it's amazing. Um, that's what we do with cleansers. There's nothing else for cleansers. That's their job. They got one job: come off the skin. Take yourself and whatever it is that's on my skin that's not supposed to be there, take it off. Okay? So I don't know when people got into the habit of thinking that their cleanser got to be $34. Because think about it, like on a cleanser, what am I spending on the moisturizer? 80? What am I spending on the serums? 45, 85, 65? What am I spending on the things that's actually supposed to stay in the skin, get into the skin layers, and actually do the work? 34 is the basic, right? Because as I said, the cleanser, nothing else it's doing. It's leaving the skin. I know I'm going on a rant right now, but I was real triggered last night when I saw that, because I was just like, what? Why? Why? And if you are paying that amount, are you paying it because you think that you're getting something better? Or are you paying it because, listen, I got the money like that, so whatever. And if you're in that category, that we're not talking to you category. You do what you want to do, go for it, go off, boo. But if you're paying it because you're really thinking like I honestly used to think that for skincare, money is no object. Because if it's expensive, it must mean it's better. So for other things in life, that might be the case. Some things in life you have to spend the money for, because it tells when you don't, and that's what you get when you don't. Skincare is absolutely one of those things that you can still have a really, really, really good skincare routine. Skin look flawless. Everything looks like you're spending thousands of dollars on it when you're not. I get a lot of compliments on my skin, and I'm trying to tell folks that I promise you, my skincare routine is as affordable as they come. Okay, so this was the next thing I went in with: the hyaluronic acid hydropower essence, because just to add some more hydration back to my skin during the winter is necessary. And then the next thing I'm going to go in with is my vitamin C. This is the Vitano C. I've been using this now for the last 2, 3 weeks. I'm starting to see a difference, y'all. This one might be a thing. I am actually, I was the other day, I was like, is this thing working? But I've been looking at my skin, and vitamin C's job is to help brand. And I'm not gonna lie, but we'll see. I'm giving it I'm giving it 30, 45 days, and then you'll see a video drop on the main channel. But anyway, let me go back to my crash out about why folks are spending too much money on cleansers. So, as I said, going back to the beginning of this, is that the cleanser is the first thing, the first part of any routine, regardless of if your routine is 10 or 3 steps or no steps. It should be the, and I kind of, I was going back and forth in my stories with folks, because like, oh, my cleanser needs to be expensive because that's cleansing is an important step. I'm not saying it's not an important step. I'm saying that it's the first step, and at the end of the day, it's a basic step. Remove the oil, pollution, dirt, debris, anything on our face, and then wash it down the drain. So that's watching my money just like, oh, there you go. It's it's not staying on the skin. It's on there for maybe, and for most people who are cleansing, they're probably cleansing wrong anyway. You should be trying to rub that in for at least 60 seconds. At least most people don't do that. So you're really not even seeing if the cleanser is working the way it's supposed to work. So for me, my cleanser needs to be, it needs to be good for my skin type. That's the priority. And then the second priority, it needs to be budget friendly. And so I normally try to find cleansers that are in my range so that I know that at the end of the day, I am not overspending, because there's absolutely no need to overspend on a cleanser. There are other things in the routine that if you say, well, I really need this serum because it does A, B, C, and D. And I'm like, okay, I could see that. Okay. I could see you spending a little more on a serum that's working on a specific problem that you're having, and that it stays on the skin, right? It's leave on. You don't wash it off at the end of the day. Um, but cleansers ain't it. If you're spending, I would say anything over $20 over your cleanser, and it's not a big tube, maybe like this. As I said, I got this one from Japan, but this from Japan was $6. So I'm telling you, I don't really know. Here's another cleanser that you might like. I really like this one. It's a hyaluronic acid cleanser from the Inky List. And this one, really, especially if you have dry skin, brings back and puts back, it's a humectant. So it tries to pull in any of the moisture around so that your skin doesn't feel stripped. This is really good. I really like this one. I travel with this one a lot, especially because it helps me remove makeup really, really good. So this is a good one, um, for this one. And I have a lot of cleansers. I have my oil cleansers too. Hydrating CeraVe Foaming Oil Cleanser. This is a good one. Now, here is the Walgreens dupe to the hydrating cleanser from CeraVe, because CeraVe could be a little pricey myself. CeraVe could be a little pricey. So this one is a dupe to it, and this one is I think about $7. The CeraVe sometimes is about $15, but it's a big, it will last you for a while. Maria, the hyaluronic acid cleanser for $9. It's about $9 for that one. But you just $34? Oh, I mean, let me know in the comments. Drop how much you're paying for your cleanser. Let me know what's the most you will pay for a cleanser. Are you up in the 30s, 40s because it just works better for you, or are you down in the 20s, 10? What section are we in the stadium when it comes to cleanser? Because hello, I'm not why are we spending all that money on a cleanser? It's just not worth it. But if you, as I said, if you, good morning, the Kushners. But if you're someone who has found a cleanser that costs over $30 and it is working, and you can afford it, and you believe that this is necessary for your skincare regimen, go on. I'm just giving you options out there and maybe some background on, hey, if you decide not to spend all your money on your cleanser, but take that money and put it on a leave on serum that actually works and will stay on the skin, then that's different. So just think about that, because I am just, as I said, I'm not, why are we spending money on something that we're washing down the drain? Because you wanted $34 for the cleanser, as I said. Where are we going for the serum? The moisturizer, which is a big deal, that's where you're putting some money. Where are you going to put that? Now your moisturizer is probably over $50, right? Now I'm going in with my not my vitamin C, my sunscreen, because at the end of the day, if you're not using sunscreen, any of the stuff that we're talking about is OBE, as they say in the military, overcome by events, which means like it doesn't matter. If you're not using sunscreen on all of this stuff, on your after you do all of your skincare with your $34, your $34 cleansing, you're just delaying the results that you're hoping to see. Okay. If you are doing a $34 cleanser because you're like, hey, I wear makeup a lot and this really helps in taking it off. Remember, we talked about double cleansing. Okay, double cleansing is very effective and it really works in helping remove makeup, remove your sunscreen and stuff like that. And you still don't have to spend that. Even with two cleansers, buying two cleansers, you still probably won't be up at $34. And so for me, I just don't see why people do it. But I am open to the conversation. I may not be persuaded, but I'm open to the conversation. As an attorney, I am open to listening to both sides and then having a middle or a right side, when we discuss this, because at the end of the day, I just don't see when you are washing down that product off your face why you need it. But if it makes you feel great, if it makes you do a full routine, and if you have the money to spend, because as I said, if you start at 34, I want to see your moisturizer, because then you really have backwards. Okay, moisturizer. Keep on the cleanser, which is one of the first step, and the step that really goes down the drain at the end of the day. It doesn't stay on the face. It doesn't get into the skin. It doesn't get beyond the skin barrier. It literally stays on the top and washes off. It doesn't get inside of us, right? For some of our skin, like the CeraVe, I like that they have those ceramides that is supposed to be deposited in the skin. But for the most part, most of those skin, they're gone. They're gone. They're not sticking around. Let's see. $20 is your range. CeraVe price range is what. um, yeah, I hear that, the CeraVe price range. It, and I'm even looking for something a little cheaper than CeraVe. When I find it, when something could take me off of CeraVe, I'm out, because CeraVe's been pushing up there, but it's a good product. And for me, with dry skin, and really, really wonderful to wash my skin and not feel like I went through the desert with it. It's no cracking, no chapping, and stuff like that. Anyway, so I have done a full morning routine: cleanser, a hyaluronic acid, a toner. I'll just go through the list really quickly. So my cleanser, my toner, which I absolutely love, screenshot if you want. I have used my hyaluronic acid, which is another water magnet to help me with my skin and the dryness. Went in with my vitamin C, and then finish it off with my sunscreen. Okay, so one, two, three, four, five. Five. And I hope this information has been valuable. I think you'll thank me later on it. And if you're not already following me on YouTube, Thrifting Diva is the channel. And on that channel, we talk luxe, lifestyle on the budget, skincare being one. And I've been doing a 30-day skincare challenge in the morning, just jumping on here before going to work to talk skincare. One of my passions, and one of the things that I love talking with you on that. So for all those who joined live, thank you. For those who are watching the replay, thank you even more. And hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm out.